I grew up in Montgomery, Alabama. Would always go up to Lake Martin here in Alabama. I picked up wakeboarding when I was 13 over at a friend's house. They were trying back rolls off of like a super old Mastercraft with a pole on it, and I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. So after a day of struggling to get up on the board, I just fell in love with it. I've been doing it for 21 years now, which is insane to think about, but it's been great. I just have a blast doing all of it, whether I'm riding or photographing it. I always had a solid crew around my home lake. My best friend Alex Grader, he and I just fed off each other, riding all the time. I mean, the kid's just a freak on a board. I picked up my first camera when I was about probably 16 years old. I just got it to, document Alex and myself and David and everyone else I was riding with, just to document our riding and see what we could do and produce. And, it was just all about fun, and still is fun. They have a certain frame in mind that they want to get, and in order to make it happen, it takes a lot of coordination and discussion and figuring out where the best angle is. They're the ones out there sacrificing their body to get the shot, and I'm just sitting back with the camera hoping they do the right stuff for me. Obviously, there's been a lot more focus on cable and winch riding, but the backbone of the industry is the boating industry. Like, that's where it came from. I don't think it's going to go anywhere anytime soon, really. You can see with Corona happening a couple years ago, like, boat sales actually went up, because people wanted to get outside and get away from everyone and get on the water. Cable's definitely a lot of fun, and I love that too, but I think boat wakeboarding will always have a place in the sport. So when I'm going out for a shoot, I've got my camera, obviously, my camera and my lenses and stuff like that. A lot of the times, being around water, I'll bring out my water housing, which is made by Aquatech Imaging Solutions. Like, it really allows me to not worry so much about my equipment getting messed up or anything. It's in a water housing. It's what it's built for. So I can really get up there in the action and get some crazy close stuff that's just different than your average photo. There's a million ways you could do it, and you definitely get a nice rush going through it, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. I live in Orlando, Florida, and it's pretty much the mecca of wakeboarding. A lot of professional riders live there, whether it be year-round or seasonal. So, there's always people out there to shoot with, and there's people to bounce ideas off of and try to get different stuff. And most of the time they're down to take little trips to either different wake parks or just different locations to get some different style shots, because a lot of the lakes in Orlando look very, very similar. So you want to make sure to get out to some different places, get some different backgrounds. Some of my favorite other riders down in the Orlando area would be like Gunther Oka, who's always doing something different, always doing some crazy stylish stuff, and has just always got a great attitude about it. John Dreiling is another one who's always just trying to full send everything and the biggest gaps. And some of the girls out there are really sending it, like Taylor McCullough. She's always trying to do some fun stuff out on her lake. I like shooting with a lot of the wake skaters. Jake Ramsdell is a good one. He's always doing some crazy tech stuff. Coco Mendez, that kid is on point all the time. I don't think I've ever seen him fall on a wake-to-wake hard flip. Dylan Miller's a fun one because he's just a laid-back, easygoing guy with super good style. Chad Sharp lives on my lake. He's a madman. You throw a rock in Orlando and you're going to hit a pro wakeboarder. It's awesome. I love it. It's perfect for what I want to do. So when you're shooting with people, you definitely have to have a connection with that person. You got to be on the same page, because if you go out there with no plan or no discussion prior, then you're just going to come away with nothing, or something that maybe they think looks great that you don't like, or you think looks great that they don't like. That's what it's all about, is making them look good. You know, this is pretty much a standard practice for actions photography in my mind, but, you know, I'm either going out at sunrise or at sunset. There's no real in between. Like during the day, you don't want to go out and shoot in that harsh light. It takes a little bit of work to get the riders out of bed to get out there, but once we're out there, it takes off, and we usually come out with something really good. What the difference between a nice photo and photo that matters. You could have some just casual shots of some stylish tricks that, you know, you might have been seen before, but it's still very nice to get some fun shots every once in a while. And then you have your crazy shots. Like the one that I go back to is Alex Graydon back in 2017 doing his nose grab back roll and tapping the bridge on our home lake of Lake Martin, Alabama. And I think what we came out with was something that wakeboarders are going to be talking about for a long, long time. Yeah, the fact that I got to share that with my best friend was just absolutely insane.